Okay, well, this intro is going to have me speaking into every single mic. So this is me speaking in the blue mic. I'm going to run over to the red mic and start talking into it because I want to see what happens. Give me a minute. This is me on the red mic. It does look like it's picking up, so that's pretty cool. And this is me on the green mic. Or apparently the orange mic. I have these mixed up, but yeah, this is me on the green mic. And lastly, this is me on the orange mic. That's cool. I think it's just going to be me today, so I'm going to turn off all these mics. It's unfortunate. I think I'm officially the loneliest podcaster to ever exist, so as Rhett and Link say, let's talk about that. So, yeah, I can confirm there ain't nothing like the blue mic. Blue mic's the goat, you know. Yeah. It's unfortunate. It is just me. I'm really hoping whoever listens to this, although at the time that I'm recording this, a little insider fact for you, I haven't released my last episode, which is bad. I need to get on that. But you know, while we're here, I'm gonna record my episode this week because I did not record my episode last week because that wasn't the week that I recorded an episode. Also, it was spring break, and I was big chillaxing, as they say. Yeah, I tried to see if I could get my friend Hunter because he's on his spring break for his school. You guys know Hunter, and Hunter's the best. Unfortunately, Hunter fucking died. That's not true. He's still alive and well, but he ghosted me. He gave the old Hail Mary to his phone, and yeah, which is weird because he's still answering in the group chat to people, but I guess he decided not to, which is unfortunate. So it is just me today. This was also the only day where I could really get good recording time for the pod, although I guess if me and Hunter had been able to set up Friday, I could have tried to arrange that the best I could, but I figured Thursday would be better, and I was kind of hoping he might be able to make it, but just wasn't the case. So yeah, just me. But let's get into the stuff to talk about. Pull up my topics real quick. Well, I guess I'll start with some story time. I'm going to tell you guys how I scammed myself out of $73. Now, some of you are thinking that's not a lot, but why are you a boomer? Get out of here. To the people my age and also college students, yeah, that's a lot of fucking money. How do you scam yourself out of $73? Well, let me tell you. It was spring break. And during spring break, as you guys know, I recorded this podcast in the sound studio at the Albertsons Library in the, fucking sexy-ass Boise State campus. And in Boise, there's this event called Tree Fort Music Fest. It's a festival. It's fun. It's nice. I'm not much of a, go listen to live music kind of guy, but I decided to go this year for one specific reason. My brothers wanted to go to Hackfort and go to the open play pretty much you just get to play on the PCs and stuff in the esports arena. So we were gonna go on Thursday, but one of my brothers said, "No, I don't want to go. Uh, well, I can't go on that day. Let's go this day." And funny story, we ended up not going that day, Thursday. That'll come into play in a bit. Um, when we went, I didn't even see that my brother all the entire time we were there, and the reason is because I decided not to buy tickets to Treefort. I decided to buy tickets to Hackfort. Treefort, if you get a Treefort pass, you get access to Hackfort, but you can just get the Hackfort badge and just have access to Hackfort. So I did that, and I went to go pick up the badges, because apparently you couldn't pick them up at the actual, like, box office. You couldn't pick them up at the actual box office for some reason. So I had to go to a Hackfort location to pick them up. So I went to the esports arena, found out Freshy's lobster at the warehouse is closing. Very sad. But when I got to the esports arena, it was closed. And I was like, what the fuck? Huh? And I was like, oh, I'm dumb. They probably haven't opened yet. So I relayed this information to my brothers, and one of my brothers goes, it's supposed to open at 5. It was 6 already. And I'm like, oh no. Oh no. And that's how I found out that they would only be doing the open play on Thursday, the day that we didn't go, because my brother told us to not. And yeah, that fucking bites. Also, one of my other brothers, I only have 3 brothers, by the way, if you guys are confused about the amount of time I'm saying my brother. He didn't forget his driver's license, but his driver's license was expired, so he was gonna go to Ailfort and, get all crunk, but he couldn't. And also, he wanted to go drink for Ailfort, and he also wanted to play Valorant at Hackfort. He did neither of those things, and that has got to be rough as fuck. Except it's not, because I paid for his ticket, and that's part of why I lost $73. Geek, if you're listening to this, first off, no, you're not, and if you are, fuck you. But I love you. Alright. That's that story out of the way. Hang on, let me check it off. Fuck, dude, I'm kind of tired. I mean, not anymore, but I was tired like 3 hours ago. I was like, sorry, backing away. 3 hours ago, I was like, I am gonna fucking die. I'm gonna collapse on the floor, and I'm just gonna stay dead forever and ever. And then I finally got awake. I went to sleep at 2 a.m. today because I was watching Australian Survivor. I mentioned this on the episode that still hasn't been released. I should have released it by now at the time that you're listening to this. So you'll know what I'm talking about, assuming you watched that episode. If you didn't, fake fan, but whatever. My favorite streamer, Will Neff, he was he watches Australian Survivor, and I stood up to watch an episode because he was going to watch an episode. I wouldn't have stayed up if he wasn't going to be watching the episode, but he did, so I stayed up until 2 in the morning. And for those of you who actually are interested in watching Australian Survivor Season 10, Heroes vs. Villains, please cover your ears because this is a massive spoiler. I had to watch probably the greatest and biggest fuck-up in history, in the history of Survivor, oh my god, it kind of makes me mad thinking about it. But pretty much, in Survivor, you vote people out. And at this current stage, there's a majority alliance and a minority alliance. The majority alliance are trying to take out everybody in the minority alliance right now. And the majority alliance are trying to stay afloat. And so, in the majority alliance, this guy, Sean, he has something called the hidden immunity idol. And what a hidden immunity idol is it gives you, before the votes are counted, you say, hey, you go, I'd like to use my hidden immunity idol on, either yourself or somebody else, and the votes for that person will not count. And so what happened was this guy, Sean, he had one, he had it, and he told nobody that he had it for like 21 days, which is insane. And this other person, Nina, she found one that same episode. And so two people from the majority alliance, Simon, who's at the bottom of the alliance, meaning that he's kind of the runt of the group, and Haley, a former winner of Australian Survivor, pretty much conspired against the leader of the majority alliance, George. And so there was a chance to vote out George. And they fucking blew it. So what happened was Haley leaked the vote pretty much. She was like, hey, if you have an idol, I would use it on Sam tonight. I'm gonna stop doing the accents. I don't wanna get canceled. She said you should use your idol, if you have one, on Sam. They had 2 idols. They didn't use them on Sam. And Simon, the runt of that other alliance, flipped to make the vote against George 4. And so Sean used his on himself, and Nina used hers on herself. Admittedly, Sam didn't trust Haley until the last possible moment, and at that point it was too late. And he also told Nina to use hers on herself, but he did ask Sean. He was like, "Oi," I said I didn't want to do the accent, but I'm gonna keep doing the accent. He said, "Oi, Sean, use it on me, please, 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 use it on me." And Sean said, if I'm wrong about this, I'll buy you a case of beer. And he was wrong. And Sam got voted out. 2 idols got flushed. That means they got used without actually... They got activated, but it's like you get your super or like some item in some game and you use it and you miss every shot. Or you waste it. Pretty much it's just wasting an idol. So they flushed both their idols. Simon got outed as a traitor and Sam went home. And it's like that has to be like the fucking biggest fumble ever, because they blew 2 idols and their teammates still got eliminated, which is unheard of. But that's that story, and I just wanted to bring it up just because that was literally today. That was today, this morning, and I just can't stop thinking about it, and I wanted to talk about it because this is a podcast. We talk about things. So that's what happened there. Australian Survivor, really good. Highly recommend. Although because it's a foreign property, it's not that easy to find. But speaking of TV shows, X-Men 90, 97, 98. X-Men... Hang on, let me. X-Men 97. X-Men 97 released its first 2 episodes. It had a 2 episode premiere. And something really interesting happened on Twitter in wake of the most recent episode. So, for those of you who don't know, X-Men, the members of the X-Men are these things called mutants, which that pretty much means that they have some gene that at some point got activated at some point in their life, and it gave them superhuman abilities, some sort of mutation, and that's how they get their powers. And mutants are treated like shit. The discrimination against mutants in the Marvel franchise, I don't know if it straight up is or just very much seems like it is. I don't want to comment on that just because I think I could be wrong, but it is kind of an allegory for civil rights. And so in the second episode, this radicalized guy trying to kill Magneto, or trying to take Magneto's powers, goes on a rampage, and he gets a group of rioters to break into a court where Magneto is being tried. And he's he's such a piece of shit. And a lot of people went, okay, but what did he do wrong though? And a lot of people are like, damn, the intention of this is a kid's, so this is supposed to be a kid's show, but it somehow served as an indicator of who on Twitter is racist, is pretty much racist. And I mean, I think if you're saying, hey, fuck them mutants, it's maybe if they're evil, but that has nothing, that's just them being evil, not them being mutants, the fuck? And I think I think that's a really interesting piece of, it's a really weird thing to happen. I'm not really much on Twitter. I do have a Twitter, but I rarely use it. And I do think that that's just an interesting thing. Another interesting thing involving another thing in media is a new Valorant agent came out, Clove. So Clove is non-binary, and I feel like gamers are probably the worst people that can exist, I feel like they're most likely to be I don't fucking give a shit. So I think it's really, because gamers are just toxic like that, and they, you can hide behind a keyboard. That's why there's fucking people, if there's a woman in the queue, they're like, I'm gonna, and people will be like, whoa, what the hell? And then they'll be like, what, you do you want to or something? And that to me is just insane that people will be like that. And people over here being like slipping up and accidentally calling somebody she, using the wrong pronoun, that's fine. That's okay. I have been in many situations where somebody hasn't realized that somebody is trans or non-binary, and they're like, oh shit, sorry. And the person is like, you're fine. You're cool, dude. And it's you're chill like that. I respect that. But there are people who will apparently in chats for when people are playing Valorant, they will be like, wow, this agent, she's cool. They'll enunciate she. And then those people get banned from chat, and that's funny. But I just think that's like I feel like that's crazy. You know, I think it's really crazy that that's how people act. I think it's kind of good that it kind of brings out the worst in them because, you know, I feel like the worst in you in some cases might just be your purest self. But that was interesting. I did want to mention one more thing about X-Men. I think this would have been a nice discourse if I had a guest. But unfortunately, I don't. But I did want to bring up one little thing. There was, again, people on Twitter, there was outrage being like, why did these guys make, why did they make Gambit gay? And I'm like, Gambit's not gay, dude. And a lot of people are like, dog, Gambit's not gay. And they're like, he wants to bang Rogue, you know? He wants to bang Rogue knowing very well that it'll kill him. And, like, if that's, like, not, like, straight as fuck, I don't know what is. But apparently the reason why people are saying that he's gay is really fucking weird. It's because, and I'm not lying when I say this, the reason why is because he wore a crop top. And because of that, people think he's gay. What the fuck? And so this was brought up on, once again, Will Neff's Twitch chat. And he's like, he's not gay. He is what's called, and this is a new term I've heard, something called a straight peacock. And what a straight peacock is it's a straight man, obviously, who's just a little gay. I don't know why I'm pulling up an image as if I think I'm just going to show somebody. There's nobody here to show, but I mean, I'm going to pull up the image anyways just because I want to look at it for research purposes. Gambit crop top. So people think he's gay because of this. No, he's just wearing a crop top. And it's just basically what a straight peacock is that. Well, no, I think I already said that, but it's a straight man who does something who's a little zesty. And I think the straightest dudes are a little zesty. Professional wrestlers. I rest my case, but I do find that kind of wild, and it got me thinking: am I a straight peacock? I don't think I'm zesty enough to. I'm not like at that level, because I'm. For those of you who don't know, I am what you would call a heterosexual. I'm into the ladies, but it's like I'm also in theater, and I've worn tights twice. That's 2 times too many, and I do it for the vibes, also because I'm asked. And it got me wondering if I am a straight peacock. You know, am I on the level of Macho Man Randy Savage, or He-Man, or fucking Gambit? This Cajun ass motherfucker. I don't know. But I think that's a pretty fun. It's a really interesting thing to talk about, and maybe you're watching this thinking, "Hey, am I a straight peacock?" And if you are, good for you, man. Good for you. Um, you know. So there's that. I feel like that's all the new topics I got for today. Man, damn. God damn you, Hunter. I mean, no, Hunter's fine. I'm not. I'm not like. I'm low key a little upset at like. I feel like this podcast, in some ways, has kind of been a failure. I don't know if I brought this up in the last episode, but one of my goals and reasons to do this podcast was to just hang out with people. And of the many times I have been in this sound studio, the only time I have brought someone else is the time I brought Hunter. And I just haven't been able to get anybody else here. So it's like, it's like, damn it. It's like, damn it, I'm lonely. And I think it's kind of my own undoing. I just realized I don't have the recording sign on. Let me go turn it on. But maybe Hunter just like calls me right now and just he's like, "Hey, I'm here." It'd be pretty crazy if that happened, but I don't know if it will. All right, hang on. I'll be right back. Ah, shit. The mic, not the mic. The headphones got like stuck in my hair. Yeah. What was I on about? Oh yeah, me being sad. You know, I I'm not gonna say I'm upset about it, but maybe it's not really what I envisioned, and maybe that's a sign that maybe I'm not the guy for this. Somebody more social, more like. I mean, fucking, I'm gonna say it. Somebody more popular could probably do this better than me, and somebody with more ability and more confidence to reach out to others and say, "Hey, can you do this with me?" Because I'm lost for fucking words. That's what. That's what's up. Um. Yeah. This is kind of funny. It's like I don't know. You ever just like feel like you've stun locked yourself in your own thoughts? It's weird. It's like shit, dude. But yeah. I You know what? I think that that's okay. You're not always gonna. I'm still. I think when this is all said and done, because I think. So today's March. Well, obviously today's March. But I will not make an episode next week. I will make an. I will record an episode on the week of sometime Monday through the 12th. I'll give my recap of WrestleMania. That'll be fun. Hopefully, I'll finally bring somebody. And then I'll do one more episode the 22nd through the 26th. And that's it. It's gonna be finals week. I might be fucking off to New York on a trip with my brother. I don't know. We haven't really decided when we're gonna be doing that, but we did just we do want to go do that. My brother wants to go watch Leve perform, and I just want a fucking vacation, and like a genuine vacation where I can go somewhere and enjoy myself, and also watch some plays, which should be fun. But I have 2 more episodes of this, and I didn't do a production this semester. I did a podcast. I did a thing, and I think I liked that thing, but I don't think like it's weird. I'm satisfied, but I'm unsatisfied. Like, I'm unsatisfied because it wasn't the way I couldn't do the things that I thought I could do, and I guess I just kind of overestimated how much like intrigue I could bring with this, or overestimated, underestimated. I thought maybe, where there is delusion, there is hope, and where there is delusion, there is a unexpected. There's a unexpected. What's the word I'm looking for? There's the unexpected shock of disappointment. But I did it, So I think 2 episodes from now, I think I'm going to be done after that. I respectfully, I'm not a good podcaster. I'm a shit podcaster. But I tried my best, and I can be happy about that. And, I think that's probably what I think about my acting career, to be honest. Like, if I can be like, you know what? I failed. I'm going to be working this job that I don't really care for the rest of my life until I die. And I could have tried to chase some other dream that maybe could have brought me more joy, brought me more success, and brought me more money in my life. Maybe that would have been better. My parents were talking about this, where they were like, all our sons, they didn't do the careers that we wanted them to, which, fuck that, if somebody's choosing my career, like, they can go fuck themselves, Fuck that guy. I mean, not my parents. I love my parents. But I think, personally, at some point, it's like, sit down. This isn't your story. This is mine. And, this story is, this isn't me saying my acting career is going to be bad. But I think, like, as long as I can, as long as I can do my best and take a serious, ambitious swing and be proud of what I, did accomplish, even if it wasn't a lot, I'll be happy. And I think with this podcast, 2 weeks from now, or not 2 weeks from now, 2 episodes from now, I'll be happy with how this turned out, Maybe it wasn't successful, but I'll still be happy with how it turned out. So that's my main takeaway. I don't know. I feel like that kind of downed it a little bit. No, I feel like I brought the mood down, is I guess what I'm trying to say. How do I bring the mood up? Oh, yeah. My friend Austin is dead. Died in a self-sucking accident, as you guys all maybe know. It's a shame. And I really miss him. Yeah, that's that. I figured I'd just bring up the fact that Austin's dead. Maybe one day. Hey, maybe in the next 2 episodes I could get him on. You never know. I don't know. I have stories. I don't know if I feel like I want to tell like a fun story. Do a tier list. I don't know. How about I tell you guys a story of my first ever play, King John? I don't know if it's a fun story, but it's kind of a funny story because, well, King John, uh, what it was interesting because the week before opening night, like a week before opening night, I started to feel a little, little like, I think I might be getting sick. But I wasn't like sick. Like I felt like something was coming on, but I didn't feel bad. And then Thursday came about, and I was like, "Oh yeah, no, I'm not feeling that well. I think I might be getting sick. Shit." This is 2019. So I come from a Hispanic family. If you're sick, you're going to fucking school. That's what that means, pretty much. And so I went to school, and I felt fine. And then Friday, I still felt fine. And I remember this day because I think I went to go get pizza. And my brother and my parents were all out of town because my brother, he was going to be graduating that school year, and he was touring the U of I campus. He ended up not going to U of I, fat rip, but he was gone, and so it was just me and my other two brothers. And what ended up happening was I felt great. And then Saturday happened, and I woke up that morning, and like the difference between me that night and that morning was so like insane. Like I was fucked. I was fucked up. I was like, "Oh my god." I like I felt like my brain was being ripped in half. I had that bad of a headache. I was coughing. I was a snotty little snot baby. Yeah, I basically stayed in bed that whole weekend. And Monday rolls around, and I still feel like shit. So I don't go to dress rehearsal. And then Tuesday rolls around, and I still feel like ass. And to make it worse, uh, I was like, maybe I can hold through. Maybe I can hold through. Maybe I can still go to rehearsal. And I was like, no, I can't. I want to go home. And I asked my family if they can bring me home because I missed the bus. Nothing. Got fucking ghosted. So me, very sick, feeling like a fucking lump of lard. I walked home, and it was like, I don't know, like 20 something degrees outside. It was pretty cold. It was a cold March. And yeah, I walked home sick, and my mom was so angry at my brothers for not picking me up. So that was funny. And despite that, I ended up doing the show. I I I was still sick. I was sick the entire production, or not the entire production, the entire like performance for all of the performances, and I went to every single one except for one. Um, uh, because my family wanted to go watch Captain Marvel, and I was like, yeah, I want to watch Captain Marvel. So I asked my theater teacher if it was okay. Theater teacher slash director. I asked Stevenson if he was fine if I missed, and he was like, sure, but like it'd be a lot cooler if you stayed. And in hindsight, I think I should have stayed. Both because Captain Marvel wasn't that good, no offense, and also, I think it was a nice time to I feel like it just would have been better to stay. But I guess at that time I didn't really have that much of an ambition for being a theater major, so maybe that's just me being a theater major now, thinking like, oh, Yeah, I should have. I would have slapped that kid in the face. But um, yeah, that's that story. Uh, Anything else interesting happen with that production? No. So yeah. So that was I tanked through it and that was cool. But anyways, we're at 40 minutes. And I don't. I guess I've talked enough that I think I'm cool. Ending the podcast now. A good ep. Good ep. I felt good about this one. Maybe it would have been better if I had a guest, but you know, I'm not gonna be I'm not gonna be pissy about that. You know, when your friends are free, your friends are free, and when they're not, you know, we're adults. It happens. Um, so I think that'll be it. Um, um, I guess announcement. Not really an announcement, but if anybody here listening to this is in the local Treasure Valley area, I guess I'll just go ahead and just plug my upcoming school's show. They're doing a musical. They're doing Sound of Music. Sound of Music. I mean, it's Sound of Music, like that. I don't really know a whole lot else about it, but it's like what Do Re Mi, like these are my favorite things are from, and I think that's cool because I've heard of those, but don't really know a whole lot about Sound of Music. Uh, and it's cool that we're doing this. I would have auditioned for it, but I'm fucking lying. I would not have wanted to audition. I also probably wouldn't have gotten cast, just because I think at this point as an actor, I'm just not in demand. I think like it was cool for me to have been in the show then, or no, not then. Like now with all like in high school, I think like I probably would have been a good I was like it's like he's not that bad of a singer. He's a reliable actor. He knows he knows how to do this. But now it's like that's everybody. That should be everybody, and there's so many people that can sing better than him. So I figured, yeah, it's probably not gonna be me, but it's cool. Anyways, if you are interested in watching Sound of Music on the main stage of the Morrison Center, shows will be the 12th through the 14th. I don't know the exact days. They are on sale. If you're interested in watching the show, but you don't have money, reach out to me because I can maybe snag you a ticket as a student. I'm not going to be needing it because I'm going to be helping run the show backstage. So that's one cool thing I got going on. So I look forward to that. I also look forward to my next episode. But until then, if you made it this far, and if you actually do like the podcast and maybe you think I should continue, thank you. And if you don't think that, I'm sorry. But nevertheless, no matter what, I do want to let you know, um, uh, you know, thanks for watching and take care. Goodbye.